week's Parshat Shemini, we see and we have a very powerful lesson. It's the lesson of and. What happens? Aaron HaKohen, he's the high priest, he's about to come. It's the 8th day of the inauguration process of the Mishkan, the tabernacle. Everybody is so excited. They're about to inaugurate the tabernacle. It's like this, imagine this like big fancy building and this big ribbon is on it, and all of a sudden they come and snip the ribbon. That's going to be this 8th day. And why everyone is in a very festive mood. In the midst of all this happiness and joy, Aaron loses 2 of his sons. 2 of his sons are gone. They die. And here Aaron is in his personal tragedy. It's not just actually his. The whole nation feels it. They feel the loss and the tragedy. They feel the sadness. And yet it's supposed to be a day of celebration. And there's confusion. Moshe comes and he says to his brother, "No, let's keep going here. Like you're the Kohen. You have a job to do. Let's keep going. This is the law. Keep going. Keep going." And he actually says it to Aaron's 2 other sons because he doesn't want to directly say it to his brother. But Aaron turns to Moshe and he says, "Is that the right thing to do? Like, would that be the right thing to do? That I should only feel simcha and happiness right now at the inauguration of this Mishkan, of this tabernacle? Or am I also allowed to feel sadness at the same time?" And Moshe realizes, Aaron, you're right. A person can always hold more than one emotion. You can be excited, you can be nervous. You can feel a sensation of relief and also grief. We have, human beings, the capacity to feel many things at the same time. The life of a Jew is a constant. You go to a wedding, which is the most joyous occasion, and the groom steps on a glass to remember that we have a destruction of the Holy Temple. You go to a home, a beautiful home, and all of a sudden you see, there's a custom to see a square that's left unpainted. Meaning this beautiful home also has a part missing to it because the temple is not here. We live in a world of and. Not but and. I'm happy and I'm stressed out. I'm sad and I feel relief. It's a life of ands. And Aaron, of all people, is coming to teach us this. Why? Because Aaron was always looking after peace. The word peace, shalom, is also related to the word for shalem, which means whole. How does a person arrive at peace and like balance and harmony within themselves? When they're not fighting all these different emotions. When they're saying, you know what? I can be so sad even on a happy day. And I can be happy even on a day that's supposed to be very sad. I can hold all these things at once because that's the way God created me and that's the way the world is right now. And coming to that sensation where I can take this part and this part and this part and this part, that actually brings me to shalom. It brings me to peace. Fast forward a little bit, it's very interesting. In the exact same portion it talks about kashrut. It talks about the laws of the dietary, spiritual laws of kosher. And it mentions different animals that are kosher, that are not kosher. There's a whole discussion in the Gemara and the Talmud that says, is it better that you would say, okay, that animal's not kosher and therefore it disgusts me? Or is it a higher level to say, you know, that smells really, really good, but I'm not eating it because it's not kosher? So actually, it's a higher level not to be disgusted because you came to think it's disgusting because it's kosher, but it's actually a higher level to say, like, wow, that smells really good. I would like to eat it, and I'm not going to because I know that this is not going to bring me closer. I know that I want connection, and this is the ways, this is one of the forms of connecting, is it through the means of eating kosher. In life, we're constantly doing the ands. It's a, I love you, and you're really annoying me right now. It's, you're annoying me right now, and you know what? I still love you. It's finding all these moments where we can live in the harmony of knowing that, yes, there's this, but there's also this. And as we get closer and closer to Pesach, and this is also Parshat HaChodesh, which is a beautiful about renewal and how the very first mitzvah given to Am Yisrael was about renewal, is that you're in constantly a state of seeing things newly. Is that even when you get stuck and feel like, no, the situation is so difficult, so much suffering, so much sadness, there's also the and. There's also that each time you bury a seed, the seed generates a new plant. And the plant also has its cycle of bearing fruits and forming new seeds. In life, we're constantly doing the dance of the and. And with that, I'd love us to just do our partial meditation, where, as we get closer and closer to Pesach, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and as you breathe in a lot of light and exhale darkness. Inhaling, sending light to each muscle of your body. As you exhale, feel yourself more and more in a state of relaxation, getting comfortable in your seat, feeling anything that was clenched is released, any muscle tightened is now relaxed. And as the body starts to go into a relaxed state, I want you to take and think about one thing in your life where it's just really difficult. You feel like it's a struggle, you feel like it's too hard. And as you're taking a deep breath of light, now as we get closer and closer to Pesach, to Passover, and closer to, God willing, the redemption, can we see that this thing that's really challenging for me, it has an and as well? Can I breathe light into it and exhale out any feeling of, no, this is stuck, there's no other way to look at it? Can I look at something and see it in a different and new light? Taking a deep breath in, breathing in hope, breathing in a sensation of positivity and excitement and renewal, and exhaling out the darkness and the sensation of there's no other way to see the situation or feel anything else. Breathing in a sensation of total acceptance that I can feel this and I can also feel this, that I can see this and I can also see this. I can put these all together, and as I'm exhaling, my body feels completely and totally rested, at one, and shalom, in peace.